I'm Anya.
And I'm Gretchen.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, here with
Michael, Diane.
Nice to meet you.
How would films contribute to the social justice, and how do you like the social justice?
I think social justice is really important, and I think films can really help people to see what's going on outside in other parts of the world, and also to inspire people to want to help other people and connect the world, bring us all closer together. Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Can you tell us about your film?
Yeah, the film is about a doctor who lives in Canada, and he's the chief medical officer of public health. So he's in charge of all sorts of questions of how people live and how they can be healthy in different aspects of their lives. And he's in charge of this area in northern Canada. And every year for 10 years he would go to Tibet, and he'd set up a clinic and help people there. And so for the film, I went with him and shot his clinic. Roman is one of the doctors in the clinic. He helped make the film, and he's the composer. And his music just gives real feeling for the experience.
Why did you choose film? Why not choose another way to get the word out there?
That's a great question also. I think everybody has different ways to get the word out there and to do it their way. Film is it's my way. When I was your age, I used to walk around with a camera, a video camera, a film camera at one point, and I used to film everything. So I just love making films. It's something it's my dream from when I was young, and it's how I like to get my message out there. But everybody has different ways. Yeah.
What's your favorite part about filmmaking?
Getting to meet cool people, just like you guys.
Our school motto this year is "Larger Voices Calling." What is a larger voice that calls to you?
Well, there's a voice. It's the voice of community spirit, and the idea that if we work together, we can just make the world what we want it to be. Yeah.
What's your name again?
So my name is Roman Ellinson.
Nice to meet you. Can you tell the story of how the film got started?
Yes. So I was doing so after medical school, you do something called residency, which is further training. And I was doing my training in Vancouver, and my program director was this doctor named Isaac Sobel, who later that year would become the chief medical officer of Nunavut, but at the time he was my director. And I didn't realize this, but he had been going to Tibet for many years, and I asked him if I could go with him as part of my training, and so he took me along, and so I was one of the doctors on this trip, and this was back in 2004. I would say it was a life-changing experience for me. And when I came back to Vancouver, my friend Michael was getting into making documentary film. He had already made one, or he was in the process of making a film that actually screened in Santa Barbara a few years back. And I said, Michael, I had this amazing experience, this trip to Tibet with this really amazing man who is, he's just one of a kind. He's charismatic, and he's compassionate, and he's funny, and he's all these things, and it's this amazing place with these amazing people. Why don't you do a film about this? So it took a few years, as it does in the film world, and I asked Isaac if I could come back and do another stint with him in 2007, and I said, Michael, this is it. This is our chance. Why don't you come with me? And I asked Isaac if Michael could come, and he said, yeah, sure, although he was a bit skeptical because he didn't want to blow our cover. And so the whole thing just came together, and it turned out to be this wonderful thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the film would not have been made if it weren't for Roman and Roman's contributions on many, many levels. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our school motto this year is "Larger Voices Calling." What is a larger voice that calls to you?
Wow. I hear many voices, actually. I don't know if that's a good thing. It's interesting because I'm someone who wears a number of hats, and not just because I don't have any hair, but because I like to do different things. And as Michael mentioned, so one of the things that I do is being a doctor, and I guess one voice that calls to doctors is the voice of compassion, right? Taking care of other people and wanting them to be healthy. And then the other hat that I wear is the hat of an artist. So as Michael mentioned, I like to write music, and I also like to do photography, and that's actually also something I did around the film. And the voice, I think, that calls to the artist is the voice of, well, actually Michael said it, of community, because art is a calling. It's calling you to connect to other people and to connect to your deeper self. So I kind of wear two hats, and I kind of hear lots of different voices.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you both. Thank you guys.
Awesome.